Now, and this is the 14th chapter of John, starting at the first verse. Not the verse, then the 10th verse. Let me go to the 10th. Just put it on the eye. Believest thou not that I am in the Father, and that the Father is in me? The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me. So Jesus right there already told you that God dwells in him. So we can keep being wrong and thinking God is something outside of ourselves all we want. He doeth the work. But believe me that I am in the Father, and the Father in me. Or else believe me for the very work's sake. In other words, you say, yo, you ain't got to believe me. You know what I'm saying? Yo, believe my works. If you don't believe nothing else, you know what I'm saying? If you don't believe that the Father is in me and I am within the Father, then yo, here go a physical manifestation of what I have done through the Father, that the Father moved through me and dwells within me. I have done this work. Can you deny the work exists? That's what he's saying. And then it says on the 16th, and I will pray the Father that he gives you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever. Now, a comforter is not usually a male form. This is John 14:16. Now, y'all know who's the best comforters that you can possibly have.
Your mother.
Thank you! Your mama! Ain't nobody can nurture you and comfort you than your mama. Men are not so-called the nurturing type, because we've been in traditional ways taught to be simply the provider. You know what I'm saying? So the role of nurturing and comforting always came from the mother aspect. So Jesus is telling you that I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, and that he may abide with you forever, even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him. But you, or ye, know him, for he dwelleth with you, and shall be in you. Now, how the hell can a man be in you? That's how we know right here that the Muslims say that the comforter or spirit of truth was Muhammad. That Muhammad could not have been a physical reality, because Jesus right here says that for he dwelleth with you and shall be in you. Now we go to the book of Acts and we find out that the Holy Spirit, that remember in the upper room after the after the little, Jesus came and appeared in the room, and he breathed the breath of the Holy Spirit unto the disciples, and they began to speak in tongues, to do healings and all types of different attributes, which as mentioned before, 1 Corinthians the 12th chapter. Gifts of the gifts of God, as they call them. But the fact that they say Muhammad is, quote unquote, the spirit of truth, or the comforter, we have to go back that according to his name, it is. That actually what they're talking about, the spirit of truth, or the waters of truth, or the waters of life, as they call it, the book of life. This is all talking about something related to the physical body, and you reaching that Muhammad state. Now you got to understand is that the third eye is often seen as Christ's consciousness. The seventh seat is often seen as something else. Now we're trying to find out what is this seventh seal. If this is the sixth seal, which is the third eye, and that's relating to Christ's consciousness, then what is the seventh seal relating to? Well, we come to find out that Muhammad is known to be the last seal of the prophets. That's what Muslims call Muhammad, the last seal of the prophets. Now, the funny thing is that when we think of seals, Let's go to Revelation real quick. Right here. Chapter 7. Revelations. 3rd verse. Saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. So a seal is something in which that appears within where? You. Your forehead. Your physical body. Not as a person per se, but as people more so per se. Not as one individual. This is Revelation, the 7th chapter, the 3rd verse. And I heard the number of them which was sealed. There were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Now, we broke down many times before what Israel represents. Israel represents Isis, which is the is part, Ra, which is the sun god, and El, which would be, quote-unquote, God itself. Now, the word El within the Phoenician term, which means flying phoenix, the word for Phoenician means phoenix. That's where the word phoenix comes from. And you heard of the story that the phoenix rise from the ashes every 666 years. Now, you know what 666 represents, but the phoenix rises from the ashes every 666 years. So the phoenix, just like the Ba, which was created by Canaan, represents the soul. The symbol of the Ba is a bird. That's why the symbol of the United States is a bird. The eagle represents the same symbol, one who takes flight, who has the ability of flight. So the science is that Ba means soul, which is a bird, and phoenix is a bird, or a bird of what? Fire. This bird of fire is actually talking about the transformational state from the lowest seal, from the base chakra, through the 2nd seal, the navel chakra, to the 3rd seal, the solar chakra, to the 4th seal, the heart chakra, to the 5th seal, the throat chakra, to the 6th seal, the Christ chakra, to the 7th seal, Muhammad chakra. Now, we went over this before, that the lowest chakra represents Adam. Adam was made from what? Clay, from the ground. That is nothing more talking about the clay is semen. The ground is nothing more than talking about the fact of making the physical body. Okay? Adam means made from the ground. The base chakra, the root chakra, happen to be the lowest one, and its element is earth. The base chakra is the lowest, is earth. The next component is the navel chakra, which is the element is water, which is symbolic to Noah and the flood. Now, you got to understand that this is what is known as the abdominal brain. You have 4 brains: the cerebellum, the cerebrum, the medulla oblongata, and what is known as also the frontal lobes. Those would be the 4 portions of the brain. Okay? Now, the other component of the brain, if you want to say the frontal lobes, will also be part of the digestive system, the small and large intestines. It looks just like a brain, just like the same way as you look at the brain, you look at the digestive system, it has some of the same nucleus of nerves, or bundles of nerves. Whenever there's bundles of nerves located, then you find that there's a seat of consciousness in which that resides there. Because that's how chakras illuminate themselves, is through the nerve endings. The nerves become so refined till it becomes undetectable by a microscope. And it's at that point that light manifests through your nerve endings. Now, whenever you see workers or people who do, I say workers, but people who do energy work, or Reiki master, a Qigong master, or Tai Chi master, or Aikido master, they deal with the internal mechanisms of Qi energy, Ra. That's what Qi is. Qi, the word chakra, chakra, the word Ra at the end of chakra, the word prana, prana. That energy goes here. Whenever you see a Tai Chi master, they'll gather energy and put it here. They're always gathering the energy and putting it right here. This is what is called your lower dantian. D-A-N-T-E-T-I-N-E. T-I-E-N, excuse me. What is called your lower dantian. It is here that energy is put for reserve. You reserve your energy here. The more energy that you have reserved here, the better you'll feel. The more alive you'll be. You know what I'm saying?